Welcome back to Joy in Our Town, the ultimate source for community information. I'm your host, Rachel Miller, and I am so delighted that you've stayed with me for the second half of today's broadcast. On this segment, we are going to shift gears a little bit and talk about HIV, AIDS awareness, prevention, education, right here in our very own community as it relates to the youth. We've invited on this segment of the broadcast to join us Minister KENDAL Richardson. He is the founder of the Grapevine HIV AIDS Foundation. Also joining us today is Dr. Karen HYPOLITE. She's the founder of iPassed HIV Prevention Program. Welcome both of you to the broadcast as you are gearing up and getting ready for your 4th annual Christian Youth AIDS Walk.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Very good. You are working to bring this message, even through your walk, to today's youth.
Yes.
Tell our viewers why.
Why? Because HIV and AIDS is very prevalent in our community now, especially amongst our young people. Through my findings, I had went down to the historical black colleges and sat down and talked with some of the nurses, and they had did a blood drive about a year and a half ago, and 50% of the blood they couldn't use because it came back positive and they couldn't use the blood. And that was a sign to me that our generation is really struggling, and it's happening right here in downtown Atlanta. So in my prayers with the Lord, I said we must start to do something with the youth because they're getting infected at an alarming rate.
Now, you have used your own personal testimonial to use that to help to rally youth and let them know that this is true and this is nothing to play with. Tell our viewers a little bit about your own testimonial and why you even wanted to get involved in spreading this message.
Well, being disobedient. When I was young, out there, I contracted HIV personally myself. And so because of that message, I wanted to, because that happened, I wanted to let other people know what's going on, especially parents, because things had happened and my parents never really sat down and talked to me about it. And the things that I learned, I saw it on TV or I learned from other people or peers. And that was not the perception of what really is going on. So I don't want to see the next generation. I don't want to see anybody else's parents. I don't want to see anybody else go through some of the things that I've gone through in the last 12 years. So I'll be the voice. I'll tell you what I did so that it won't be replicated, keep going on from generation to generation. I want to be that voice to stop it and say enough of this and really talk about it. And the issue is that when I learned, the CDC used to talk about low risk and high risk, and how can you, because it's almost like they're saying you can do this but you can't do this because it's a high risk. And I want people to learn that a risk is a risk, and these are the ways that you can contract HIV, and we need to talk about them so that people will not get infected.
Let's take it a step further and talk about the statistics. I'd like to bring you in, Dr. HYPOLITE, at this time. Talk about some of the stats here in Georgia. Where are we ranking as it relates to HIV and AIDS?
It's pretty alarming. To continue with what Minister Richardson was speaking about, according to the CDC, as of 2000, since 2000 last year, the number of people between the ages of 13 and 24 have contracted HIV and AIDS 42%. It has increased. 73% of those women have contracted HIV and AIDS through high-risk heterosexual relationships. So these are, and this is national. I mean, in Georgia, we rank pretty high, but the core of the problem is with education and awareness. Young people, old people, 13 to 24. The other age group that has seen an increase are the older adults in the 40s, in the 40, 42, 44 age range. So the thing is the awareness, not knowing what's going on in the world and not being aware of how to prevent it. High risk is such a big issue right now. We want to join together programs to really come together and let people know this is a problem, and if you don't go at it, for my testimony, if you don't go at it with knowledge and understanding, you could be at risk of having HIV and AIDS and dealing with it for the rest of your life.
Let's talk a little bit about your testimony, because your story is a little bit different, because, and I'll share a little bit of it and you can jump in.
Absolutely.
You are 32 years old, is that correct?
33.
Oh, 33 years old.
Yes.
And you are a virgin.
Yes, I am.
And so you've never contracted the HIV virus, but yet you are very passionate in educating today's youth about this subject matter. Tell our viewers why.
Well, I was a teacher at an at-risk school here in Atlanta, and so many of my female students came to me with so many problems they were having. What's the number to the clinic? How do I get rid of this? Where do I go for this? And I'm thinking to myself, let's stop talking about the Band-Aid. Let's find out what's the problem here. And they would begin to tell me their story. So for me, the AIDS or the syphilis or the chlamydia at 15 wasn't the issue. It's, why are you having so much sex? That's what I wanted to know. Why are you so involved with an endeavor and that you're not coming with the root of the problem? So I wanted to kind of hone in there. And it was lack of love, lack of attention, no parenting, wrong information. It's very unfortunate that girls who are young age are told it's okay to have oral sex. It's okay to have sex with 5 different boys just to feel liked or accepted, and that this is an acceptable behavior. But I wanted to break the myth. You are valuable because you're breathing. You're human. You are a child of God. You're created in His likeness. So you have power and the potential to live a full and happy life. And if you are engaged in activities that's going to prevent that from living a life of peace and of love and to know what real love is, then you're going to have some problems. And HIV and AIDS was something that we began to see on a reoccurring basis in the school system. And so it just, for me, it was just too much. What is
your message to youth who have messed up? They, you know, and there's two sides of the spectrum when you say messed up. In the case you said, there have been several girls as you were teaching in the school who have lost their virginity, and they want to get a second chance in the sense. And I know that you've written a book called Second Chance, Life After Sex.
That's right.
What's that message to the youth today, having that second chance?
Well, the message is let's be redirected. I like to say this all the time. Not to live your life for passion. Live your life on purpose, because purpose precedes passion.
But can you have a second chance?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So if they're no longer a virgin, can they, you know, I've heard that term, second time virgin. Have you heard that before?
Oh, many
second
times,
chance
and
virgin?
I believe in it wholeheartedly. Because when you can shift your life's focus from being accepted, wanting to feel love, and to shift your focus into, I am special. I am someone.
And that they can keep themselves.
That's right, and I'm worth the wait.
Now, Minister Richardson, you have taken it another step further, because you have joined forces with organizations like iPassed, the HIV prevention program, even your own HIV prevention program, as well as others, the SCLC, and you've gotten so many others involved in this event on September the 5th that's going to be taking place at the Capitol. What's your message at the Capitol? What's going to take place at the Capitol as you are working to spread this message on HIV/AIDS awareness, prevention, and education?
It's the celebration of life. As we're walking from downtown Atlanta, Divine City, English Avenue, and those are the areas that have the highest rate of AIDS in our state. So we're going to be walking up some hills. We're going to be walking from one side of town to the next side of town. But to let the children know that they're seeing a part of my life actually walking that day. They got some hills to climb. They got some journeys to take. But when we get on the Capitol steps, the youth are going to lead the way. They're going to be performing, rap, dance, sing, whatever the gift that God has given them. They're going to be the leaders that day, and they're going to minister to each other out there, and knowing that this is what God will give you.
Now, are these kids that are HIV positive, or
everybody?
So any of the youth, it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter what religion, creed, from. We have children that have been with me since they were infants, and they walk with their parents inside the little jacket thing, and now they're walking. But it's anybody We're looking for everybody, all of community. We're looking for the church. We're looking for business owners. We're looking for parents. We're looking for pastors, teachers, everybody that makes up the community to come together as one concerning HIV and AIDS.
And so they walk, they get there, they dance, there's this big celebration that's going on. But the bottom line is, let's get to the bottom line. The bottom line, when all the activities are over, what's that one message that you want to leave in the hearts of those who'll be in attendance?
Be careful of the things that you're doing. Be mindful of them. We want to, I say a term of live positively and not become positive. That's the bottom line. Do things that make positiveness happen in the world, an impact. But don't become positive by the choices that you're making. That's what we want to get in their head. Live positively, but don't become positive.
Do you talk about the importance of getting tested, as well as even what it takes to contract the HIV virus? Yes,
we talk about those issues. And then we talk about, and I let other people do do the testing and stuff like that. The SCLC has their program for testing, so they're going to be out there doing that. But we're also partner with the music industry, and what it is that I tell the people who are artists, when they come to this event, lose your celebrity status, lose the lights, camera, action, because once that stops, they need to see you. They need to see who you really are. So it encourages them to also show what a true leader is, and we become the ones that are doing it, become naked before these kids so that they can see what a real leader is and show them the positiveness of what we're trying to achieve.
All right, very good. We're under a minute left. Any closing words that you'd like to leave with our viewers?
Yes, absolutely. One of the reasons why IPASS program is partnering with Mr. Richardson, Minister Richardson, is because it's the purpose. We believe that when we tell youth at schools, different IPASS presentations in communities, if you understand your purpose, you won't get involved in activities that lead to HIV and AIDS. We're not crying condom, we're not crying abstinence, but at the end of the day, if you can get over it, you will be successful.
Very well said. The contact information is on the screen. The rally's taking place at the Capitol on September the 5th. We're out of time for this edition of Joy in Our Town. To my guests, thank you for being here, and to you, thank you for being right where you are. Until next time, I'm Rachel Miller saying, make it a great day.